Here come the hot step. I'm a lyrical dance flap. I'm the daddy of the man. Here come the hot step. I'm a lyrical dance flap. Do him like that. Here come the hot step. And he put it on the dance flap. uh, there we are. Well, good evening, darlings, and a very warm welcome indeed to Thursday Night Live. Now then, the madness of Christmas and New Year might all be over with now. All we've got to look forward to in that sense is 12th night, which, let me remind you, is on Sunday. So all of your fripperies need to be taken down before Sunday or on Sunday at the very latest. So remember, get them pulled down. Get all of you, get them pulled down before Sunday, or it'll be the worst for you. Oh dear. But the fun is not stopping because we have entered the community birthday month. We have got a preponderance, a veritable preponderance of community members with birthdays in January. And we are going to celebrate each and every one every day throughout January. Last night was a party for Carol Ann, and tonight we have got a birthday boy. We have got Jimmy W, who says birthday boy here, stuffing his face as usual. Still coughing, hopefully not the other kind. Well, indeed, yeah. Good evening, boys and girls, and good evening, happy birthday, and many happy returns of the day to you, Jimmy. Right, come on, everybody. After three. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Jimbly Wimbly. Happy birthday to you. Without your drawers on. Hope you've had a fabulous day, mate. And if there are any other birthdays in the house, if there are any other birthdays in the house, do be sure to let us know. Yes. Right then, darlings, over the space of the next hour, it's going to be all of the usual crap. This will be demonetized because they're all getting demonetized now. God only knows why. So we might as well go mad and enjoy ourselves. The Hedgehog of Truth is here. Should you have a Hedgehog of Truth question, there is a box here that needs a damned good pounding. And I don't think I've told you what the box is all about. The box has been a little savings box because I don't think I've mentioned this either. I've got a birthday in January as well. Guess what? It's on the 14th. Guess what I'm doing? On the 13th, I am going to the north of Wales to stay in a hotel I've always wanted to stay in and never have. And this box here, darlings, is going to pay for it. That's why we've been pounding it on a daily basis. And of course, I've got the community portable electric telephone on hand, should you wish to leave a voice note. Now then, in just a matter of moments, I'm going to have a good old glug of my wine because, quite frankly, I deserve it. It's not been a difficult night. It's been an easy night. We were quiet, but it is freezing cold, terrifyingly cold. The roads are dreadful, and tomorrow it's going to snow. And, it wasn't a busy night, but I've still been to work. I still haven't had a day off for God knows how long. So Bugger it, I deserve it. But as soon as I've had a good old glug of that, I am going to dive into your comments. Because, and I make no bones about this, your comments are very much the meat and vegetables of this ham salad sandwich that we're all enjoying together. So, cheers, your very good health, bottoms up yours, and above all, get stuffed. Oh, lovely. Now then, let's see who's with us, shall we? First cab off the rank tonight was our Richard Paulie Galtieri, followed by Carol C, Jimmy W, Lord Stiff Upper Lip, the Honourable Peter P, the fabulous matron, the wonderful Stratospherian, the lovely Stew, one half of Casbah, we've got Barry, that guy from SETI Alpha 5, and do give Karen our sympathy. Poor Karen's in bed with a migraine. Jimmy Quinn is with us, says good evening, Boaty and all. Who else is here? Who else is here, eh? Who have we got? Oh, Buddy and Non is with us. Good evening, peeps. Good evening to you. Emma's already singing happy birthday. DM11 is here, the lovely Emma of the YouTube channel, Emma Lemon, who says that her bum is freezing. Right, we know where this is going to go, don't we, darlings? Right, let's see. Peter P says, do you need a cheeky warmer? Oh, Barry. Oh, Barry's got an interview in St. Louis. Oh, meet me in St. Louis. Next Thursday with the FBI field office. Oh, keeping everything crossed. Everybody, keep everything that you possibly can crossed for Barry. Jimmy W says that M's bum needs a slap to warm it up. Pray tell him, why is your bum freezing? Asked Stu. And Emma says, probably because it's too big, Stu. And yeah, you're probably right, Jimmy. Bums are usually the hot spot, says Stu. Chauvinistic to say. Carry on, says Jimmy. If I get this gig, guess what happens next, says Barry. Anybody care to have a guess? Bottoms up and the good spanking should make things better, says Buddy. And on see, on it doesn't take you long to get to the smut, does it? Oh, Diane Sturdy, our lovely Diane Sturdy, one of our, I would argue, one of the world's top 5 Dianes. You're not going to find many better. I mean, you might argue steak Diane, but then I don't like mushrooms. And it would be a boring world if we were all the same, wouldn't it? So remember, each and every one of you, you are unique, just like everybody else. Good evening, lovely people, says Dan. Trying to calm down, just watched the car share video again and still can't stop laughing. Analytical dance flap. Boom time. Here we go now. Oh dear. Happy birthday again, Jimmy W, says matron. Can everyone please speak up, says matron. I'm still half deaf with this virus. Thank you. Oh, Charlotte Williams is with us. Hey, everyone. Hey to you, Charlotte. Hope you're well. Thank you for being here. Goats love to eat frippery, says to you. Goats will eat bloody everything, won't they? Oh, has matron finally done it? Is that your username or your channel name? Has matron actually finally changed the name to something less unfindable? This underscore is underscore. Oh God, do you remember underscore? Oh, I've forgotten all about that. That was in the very early days of the channel. Who's been here long enough to remember underscore? There's a question for you. Super sexy underscore. The name's Score. underscore. Oh yeah, baby. I like my coffee like I like my women. With a spoon in them. Oh dear. Right, well. Oh, and yeah, don't forget we need to hear all of your food news. Now, on the subject of food news, as I promised last night, I have launched. I've relaunched Dish of the Day. It used to be in singles, now it's in Boaty's World. So, a reminder, right? You need to be in the Boaty's World Facebook group. Why would you not be? It's great. So, that's your first job. If you're not in the Facebook group, head over to Facebook, search for Boaty's World. You will, a delayed winegasm. You will see a page. You need to like that because I still haven't hit 3,000 followers on my page. I've been so close for ages, haven't quite hit it. You could help. Bit of something. And you will find a Facebook group. Join it. There are some questions that you must answer. And then, Dish of the Day. There's an entry thread every day with a picture of a baby making Momo. You can't miss it. And the idea is you put a picture of your meal. Carol C., a meal that you haven't eaten yet so that people can decide whether they would like to eat it. I mean, it's very good that you put up a plate of your gnawed away chicken bones and some empty wrappers, but that won't cut the mustard, I'm afraid. We need a picture of your actual meal before you ate it. Alan Simpson got it, and he put a picture up, and then you put a description. Then the next day, they're entered into a poll. Everybody votes on their favourite, and you get points according to where you come in the end of the voting. There are points for first, second, and third place. And then the points are transferred to a leaderboard, a monthly leaderboard, and at the end of the month there will be a winner, our Boaty's World head chef. It's good fun if we can get it going. It worked brilliantly in singles, and it will help you if you're trying to watch your dietary intake, because sharing what you eat, and it will help you. Hopefully, it has in the past. It'll help you want to make a bit more of an effort, plan your meals, blah, blah, blah. Now, I had today, as you would know if you looked in the Dish of the Day thread in the Boaty's World Facebook group, I had today an unhealthy meal. I had pie, potatoes, green beans, and gravy. I was using up the last of the Christmassy type stuff, and I was counting today as the last day of the doings. So, the Christmas and New Year type doings. So as of tomorrow, back to light lunches for me, because I am doing Emma's Weight Loss Wednesday thing. So I bought some salad today, and tomorrow is going to be chicken salad or possibly a chicken salad sandwich with some calorie-free salad cream. So there you are. A room full of Capricorns, then, says Charlotte. Absolutely. Shed loads. You can't move without bumping into a Capricorn around here. Steve McDonald is with us. Says, good evening, Boaty. Good evening to you. Andrew Buttigieg, the lovely Ivor Spotty Butty, joins us. We need a Welsh choir to sing, says Barry. Yeah, we do. I absolutely love Capricorn, says Charlotte. Well, you've got your choice here, my lovely. Matron, says Richard, he's forgotten the broad and worn out sexpants for singing Happy Birthday. That was a one-off. That was a special request. I did mention in response to a comment that I thought that I thought that might have just been an anxiety dream, so I've been working too hard and I'm a bit sleep deprived. But no, apparently it did happen. And here are the sexpants enjoying their last night of being my official sexpants, because tomorrow, darlings, the new sexpants will arrive. What an amazing day that's going to be. I'm sure you're as excited about it as I am. My dad's birthday was the 6th of Jan and my mum's the 22nd, says Barry. Well, there you are, you see. Ah. Bless you, Jimmy. Andrew saying hello to Hedgie. Oh, Poppy's Travels is with us. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, Charlotte is a Taurus, an earth sign, hence why she gets on with Capricorns, because her birthday is May the 28th. Glug that well-earned grape juice, says Stu. Well, Dave Smith is with us. Good evening to you. Richard has been cleaning his Lynn Sondek LP12, which he hasn't used in years. I've got no idea what that is. It's brass monkeys here, says Buddy, and it is terrifyingly cold here. And the weather forecast for tomorrow and Saturday is pretty damn scary. Oh, hello. Right. Peter P says it's -8 here today. He says all the way from Finland, and I don't suppose it's that cold here, but it is really, really cold. It's well below zero. Well below zero. I knew it was super cold because on the drive to work, my temperature gauge barely got off the bottom mark. That's diesels for you. God, I've been freezing all night. I really have. Bloody. Oh, and I found out a secret from Ram tonight. Whenever I say, bloody hell, it's so cold, it's so freezing in here. And he said, I'm not cold. I'm not cold. And Ram is never cold. And tonight I found out why. He showed me, right? He rolled his trouser leg up a bit and he had one pair of trousers, his chef's trousers. Underneath that, another pair of trousers. And underneath those, thermal long johns. Then he had on 2 pairs of socks, one big thick pair of socks and one little pair of socks underneath that. And then up on top, he had a vest, a proper old school white singlet type vest, with a t-shirt on top of that, and then a shirt, and then a like jumpery top type thing, and then his chef whites. No wonder he's not bleeding cold. He's layered up like Scott of the Antarctic. But that's the thing that amazes me, right? The kitchen is freezing. We've got no heating in the kitchen, right? And the door to the restaurant is closed and the back door is open. So the kitchen is freezing unless we are busy and all of the burners are going. But if we're busy and all of the burners are going, it gets bloody hot in there. So Ram must be absolutely bleeding, sweltering in all of that stuff when he's right there, in the front of the big burner stove, 12 burner thing. Don't know how he does it. Stu has had free electric. The meter's not been reading for the past 2 months. Oh, you jammy so-and-so. Oh, no, Jimmy, says Poppy. We don't want snow here in Shropshire. It's a local shop for local people. Oh, and Charlotte is in Shropshire as well. Oh, I didn't know that. The League of Gentlemen, filmed in Derbyshire in Hatfield. I didn't know that. Where's Hatfield? Oh, and Charlotte is in Shifnal and Poppy is in Newport. Not Newport in Gwent or whatever Gwent is called these days. Newport in Shropshire. And I know Newport in Shropshire. in Shropshire quite well, or at least I used to, because there used to be a company based in Newport called Jack Parker International, a lovely Irish guy called Jack Parker, oddly enough, who had a lovely wife and a lovely daughter. And he ran in Newport in two different places. It moved from the original place to an out of town place. And yeah, he ran this bicycle shop, but he was predominantly a mail order business, Jack Parker International. And Jack, who was just the loveliest man ever. I mean, I can't imagine, I don't imagine he's been with us for a long time now. I mean, I'm going, but he was, he was knocking on a bit then, and I'm going back. How long am I going back? I'm going back 30 years, 35 years, something like that. But Jack was absolutely lovely. And when I was a semi-pro UK-based cyclist, athlete, whatever, Jack used to sponsor me. He was one of my sponsors, and he would provide my equipment and this, that, and the other in exchange for getting his name on my kit. All of the normal sponsorship stuff. So I very often made the trip to Newport. Well, my parents very often made the trip to Newport. Normally my mother, oddly enough, no, it wasn't. Well, yeah, it was about, we didn't often all go together. I would go with either mum or dad. And if I went with mum, then we would go via Bridge North, and we would stop at the Quatford Little Chef just outside Bridge North. That was always a massive treat. Big 7 burger, side salad. Oh yes. And mum would have an all day breakfast. And then we'd go on to see Jack and his lovely wife and his lovely daughter, and get some lovely equipment for me to do some racing on. So yeah, I used to be rather familiar with Newport. He used to be there quite often. And I remember in about 1988, 87 or 88, the National Road Race Championship was held in Newport. And I don't remember too many details about that because I didn't win it. Outrageous. I'm quite a competitive soul. I don't remember the ones I didn't win. I don't like to remember defeat. If you don't remember them, they didn't happen. I subbed for the Smut Say Studio when you get plenty of it. The RAF Museum, Cosford, loved it. Oh, here we go. Why is this not ringing? Why is this always on silent? I don't put it on silent. Good evening, mystery caller.
Hello, Boaty.
Hello.
This is Diane.
I recognise your voice.
Okay. I'm very upset of only being in the top 5 and not number 1.
Well, it's a big world out there,
Sorry.
I mean, I haven't fully thought it through. I did put you above state, Diane. How are you anyway? How are you? We missed you.
I'm okay. Thank you very much.
Good.
I'm very blessed, and I'm just above steak.
Look, come on, top 5 in the world. You can't grumble at that. That's pretty damn good. I mean, I haven't actually gone through it to think, well, okay, let's make this a community feature. Can anybody think of a Diane that they prefer to our Diane?
Now be careful, everybody.
I'm genuinely trying to think of one, and I can't think of one. So I said top 5. Now that doesn't mean that you're 5th. That means you are in the top 5. You could be 1st. You could be on top of the podium.
Oh my God. Well, I'm a lyrical dance flap.
Yeah,
Time.
I love that. I love that. Did you see last night when Sean came out with that? Oh, she's gone. Oh well, there we are. It was nice while it lasted, darlings. I don't understand why this is... Oh, that's why the volume was turned down. I didn't turn the volume down. I don't understand what's going on with these portable electric telephones. Poppy and Charlotte are finding out that they've got things and places and people in common. Charlotte works at the hospital in Telford, and Poppy's travels niece works there, and Poppy is a dementia advisor. Oh, I could talk to you for hours. You probably know dementia is one of my things. That's the area that my mother worked in, the area that my wife worked in. I was working with Maggie when we introduced the Dementia ASAP program that was rolled out around the UK and then literally around the world in many systems. Maggie, my ex, literally went around the world to, including Finland, P2P. I remember the year that she went to Finland to train the managers in the Finnish health service, whatever the hell it was, and she had an amazing time, absolutely amazing. I wasn't there. I didn't get to go. I didn't get to go on these jollies, but Mags did, and she had a fabulous time in Finland. Aside from all of the professional stuff, they laid on all of the touristy stuff for her. And it was just coming up to Christmas as well. So she did the whole kit and caboodle. 8 reindeer, the works. Yes, my wife ate Rudolph. Did the sleigh ride, all of that stuff. She was all over Lapland and, oh God. That Oliver Reed and Glenda Jackson film, Woman in Love, was filmed in Derby, says Richard. And Barry says Oliver Reed was probably pissed as a fart while filming it. I have been on more than one occasion to the bar in Malta where Oliver Reed died. Underscore equals stickman, says Peter P. Matron says underscore was my fave name, and also the sexy way Boaty said it. Yeah. God, that's a while ago now, isn't it? Oh dear. Oh, thank you, Matron. Matron's put the link up to the Facebook group. Charlotte and Poppy are rapidly becoming best friends. And you made that steak pie yourself, Boaty? No, of course I didn't, Peter P. Of course I didn't. I've never made a pie in my life. I genuinely have never made a pie in my life. I was going to say I made an apple pie once, but I didn't. It was an apple crumble. And that was at school in domestic drudgery or whatever it was called. No, I didn't make it myself, but we did go through the rules, and a pie that you might not have made yourself, but you've heated it up or cooked it or whatever as part of a meal where you cooked the potatoes and the beans and made the gravy. That counts. That's fine. The only things you can't put in are ready meals. Now, tomorrow I'm going to be having a sandwich platter, darlings. It's just a poncy name for a sandwich cut into quarters. I'm going to be having, I bought some bread that was reduced. No white bread. No white bread for me. Too much gluten. My skin is still awful, really awful. So I'm still banging away with the cod liver oil, vitamin D, and emollient stuff to try and clear this psoriasis up. It's kind of a winter thing. I don't know for how long, for quite a few years now, probably more than I remember, probably about 15 years. I've been getting psoriasis flares over winter. Not really in summer, more of a winter thing, but I don't particularly like it. It's a little bit unsightly, isn't it? And they've kind of been getting a little bit worse. They're never severe. It never gets to the stage where it covers most of my body and it cracks and goes dry, right, and bleeds or anything like that. No, it's relatively mild, but it has been getting a bit worse, and I thought it's probably time to do something about it. So I'm doing the basic minimum that you can kind of do. So vitamin D supplements, bit of cod liver oil, and when you get a flare up, a bit of emollient, and hopefully that will keep on top of it. As I say, it's not too bad, but I'd rather not have it, to be honest. And again, when you're knocking on a bit, and in a UK winter, a bit of vitamin D is not going to hurt you. A bit of cod liver oil is not going to hurt you, especially as I don't eat oily fish. And in the middle of winter, when the wind is howling outside, and you have central heating inside, the old skin is going to get a bit dry, isn't it? So a bit of hydration isn't going to hurt the old skin. Obviously, I'm a man. I never worried about this kind of thing, but bizarrely, at the age of, well, I don't, I make no secret of it. In less than 2 weeks from today, I'm going to be 44 years old. Never expected that to happen. And, everything becomes knackered, your body wears out. I don't really think human beings were designed to function very well living beyond the age of about 40. But as I appear to have been blessed with some life that I didn't expect to get, I might as well throw a few things down my neck to try and keep things from degenerating too quickly. So there you go. There you go. Oh right, well, Charlotte and Poppy are on coffee terms now. They're meeting up for coffee apparently. Jolly good, excellent. Oh yeah, they're definitely right. Yep, they're definitely meeting up for a coffee. Excellent. Another little connection in our community. Two people who've got places and people in common who ran into each other bizarrely in one of these daft live streams. Isn't it fabulous? Isn't it wonderful? The community is working its magic. The universe is looking after the Boaty's world people. Ah, I love this. Another little, we're going to end up, if we keep this going, and we're going to end up with a wonderful interconnected web, literally around the world. We're all going to have, it's going to be great. We're all going to have all of these friends, and we'll be able to do a hug nut. We'll be able to say, right, I'm going to New Zealand. I'm too tight to pay for a hotel. Can I sleep on your sofa, please? And somebody will say, yes, of course. Bring your mullet, hang out. And we're going to have all of that. We're going to have an amazing network of chums all around the world, and we'll all meet up and have jelly and ice cream and things like that. It's going to be wonderful. Seriously, that's great. I love that. I love that. Cheeseburger is with us. Evening, Father Muckers. Sorry I'm late, watching the darts. Spoiler, Jockey Wilson is out. What's the most popular dish in the world? Asked Betty and Aunt. I don't know. I can tell you the most popular dish in the UK, or it certainly used to be, whenever they did a poll, chicken tikka masala. God knows we sell gallons of the crap at the restaurant. And no offense to anybody who likes chicken tikka masala, but it really is crap. It's the number of people I know who say, and I'm being genuine now. The number of people I've known who said, "Yeah, I'm doing Weight Watchers. I've done really well. I've lost a bit of weight, so I'm just having a little bit of a treat, just a little bit of a treat." And then they have chicken tikka masala, bloody coconut rice, and Peshwari naan, and you think, dear God, if you knew how much sugar and fat and stuff was in that, my God, you wouldn't put it anywhere near you. Oh dear, oh dear. I genuinely couldn't. I haven't got a sweet tooth, so I probably don't count. But I couldn't eat a spoon of that without gagging. Oh, jolly good. Salad? Have you turned gay? No, that's the 1st of March cheeseburger. I like salad. I like salad. I've said this before, right? I genuinely love salad. And you can lift salad to a different level by making a nice homemade vinaigrette. Dead easy to make, darlings. Dead easy to make. This is mine. It's never the same 2 times running, but it's basically, what's in there? Olive oil, white wine, Dijon mustard, whatever herbs I've got knocking about. Normally Mediterranean goes eaten. And whack that on your salad. It's absolutely fabulous. Although, admittedly, tomorrow, it's not going to be my beautiful homemade vinaigrette. It's going to be salad cream. I bought this because about 3 weeks ago, I think, I had a craving for a ham salad sandwich with salad cream. So I bought this salad cream to have my sandwich, satisfy my craving. But now this is sitting in the fridge and, it's money. It's not the proper stuff. It's the Sainsbury's own brand, but it's still money. So I feel I should use it. Now, and I'm not going to use it on a ham salad sandwich because ham is processed food, and that's another thing that I'm trying to cut down on a little bit for my skin, actually, rather than anything else. So on tomorrow's sandwich, I'm having chicken. Chicken, darlings. Chicken with, and I bought, look at this. A proper lettuce. A proper lettuce. None of the iceberg tasteless crap. That is a proper lettuce. Why do people eat iceberg lettuce? It's got no taste. It's horrible. Get yourself one of these, a proper job. And some cucumber and a tomato. It's going to be fabulous. And one small packet of Crispies. It's a multi-pack, so they're small packets. They're, what are they? I know they're smaller than the ones that you buy on 6 times. Oh yeah, so they're just 25 grams. A couple of little Crispies on there. And what else can I have on my sandwich platter? Oh, Garner's original pickled onion. Marvellous. No calories in a pickled onion, are there? There might be. Or maybe it's one of your 5 a day. I don't know. I don't care. Boaty is a Capricorn name. Cheeseburger left early last night. Didn't have his glasses, so couldn't follow comments. Oh, Cheeser, you missed a riot. Last night was hilarious. Oh God, it went on a bit. It it went on a bit. Carol Ann was feeling a bit fruity, yeah, it just kind of degenerated into. Oh, it was good fun. I loved last night. One of our proper fun ones. Soon to be used as a polish cloth. What, my sexpans? No, I'm going to give these to Carol Ann and have them made into a memory bear. Somebody suggested it last night, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I shall find her Facebook page, her business page, and I shall book in for my sexpants to be turned into a memory bear thing. Hopefully, I'll get a discount. I don't know how much she charges, but I imagine they're not cheap. I know how much work she puts into them because these have got a bit of history, darlings. These have gone through some generations. Now, these became my sexpants when I was married. That's how far back these go. So these have, well, I mean, let's not go into exactly what these have seen, but you know, they deserve to be made into a memory bear. Let's put it that way. They look like Freddy Krueger pants. I never saw his pants. Oh, hello, Skick. I'm a Scorpio, says Barry. Piss me off at your peril. Prison pants, says Steve. Oh, it's an old 70s turntable. I did wonder about the LP12 thing. So there we are. Richard's a Virgo. Poppy's an Aries. Boaty, you should cut up the sexpants into little squares and frame them and flog them off as a religious icon. Oh, dear. Oh, Jose, fantastic village with us. Evening, hosting tubers, and good evening to you. Oh, fabulous to see you there. And his Aries. Emma says, all cut them up and sell the bits as merch so we can all own a piece of the legendary sexpants. You know, I would actually be tempted to do something like that. God, yeah. I mean, these are, yeah, well, I mean, I don't want to go into their history particularly, but oh, I mean, yeah. When I think back to some of the times that we had together, me and them pants there, and they weren't always successful times. Now, as you know, I used to spend a lot of time in Malta. Over the winter, I used to be out there every month, every other month, over the space of like 10 years, 9 years anyway. And on every one of those Malta trips, so I don't know how many in total, probably 70 or 80 trips to Malta, something like that. These came with me every single time. And their job was to get me a night of passion with the waitress with the arse from the casino. Never happened. Never happened. Oh, terrible. Every time I went out there with incredible optimism that this would be the trip where I finally got hold of the waitress with the arse. And I'm not being disrespectful by calling her the waitress with the arse. I mean, factually, she was a waitress. She did have an arse, and believe me, it was a 10 out of 10. But more to the point, I was so spectacularly unsuccessful with her that I never knew her name. She was always just the waitress with the arse. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh God. There's a feature. There's a feature. Right, we can make a feature of this, darlings. We can make a feature of virtually anything. Right, what do we call this feature? The best podgering you've never had. The best podgering you've never had. In other words, who was the one or one of the ones that got away? Somebody you really, really fancied bumping uglies with, and you tried to make it happen, and it just never happened. So there you go. There's a feature for you to run with. The best pottering I never had. Right, we've got a voice note here, darlings. This will be a treat because it's that time of night. It's our Simone. Here we go. I'm ready. I'm poised. Here we go.
Hello, Boaty.
Hello.
Don't forget the pantry box, as if you're having a terrible night's sleep. And every time you wake up, Orville the duck is staring right at you.
That's the stuff of nightmares. Oh, God, that is the stuff of nightmares. Oh, God, that would be your worst nightmare ever, wouldn't it? You're having a fitful sleep and you wake up again and there's Orville staring into you. I mean, Orville. I'll say it again, Orville. Some of you might not know this. That duck, that little green so-and-so, led a double life. This is true. You can Google it, right? I'll pound the box. I will pound the box because, you know, that is my job. There it goes. Won't be long now. It won't be long now. Yeah, Orville the duck. You might know him as that lovable or hateful little, I wish I could fly, but I can't. You can. No, literally, he can't. He can't fly. He's a stuffed thing and you've got your arm up his arse. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to move, Keith Harris. So you might know Orville as that lovable children's character, whatever. Bloody awful thing. But he lived a double life. Keith Harris and Orville had another act, and they took it around the university and club circuit, and it was blue. It was blue Orville. He was still green, but he came out with absolute and total filth. I never saw it, but we spoke about this. God, it was when I was doing Radio Wales, and it was a thing with Rod Gilbert had a show on Radio Wales, Saturday, 11 till 1. And it used to be live. And there were usually guests on. And I think it was Barry Castagnola. Really talented guy, actually. Not a terribly well-known name outside of the business, but properly funny guy. And somehow the subject, it just got on to Orville, and the fact that I'd never seen it, Rod never seen it, but Barry had. Barry was at I think Barry was at university with Rod, wasn't he? But I think they were both at Bristol. I think that was where they met, but Rod didn't go to this gig, and it was Keith Harris and Orville, but the blue version, and apparently it wasn't very good. It was just the novelty of seeing this children's character talking about absolute filth. Apparently, I'm sure Boaty said it was a bit cringy. But there you go. Talk about leading a double life. Why was I talking about that? No idea. Auction the pants off, says Peter P. All those clothes, I bet he looks like the Michelin Man. Oh, yeah, Ram. Yeah. I should do something with them. These have been my longest serving sex pants. And this isn't a joke, by the way. I explained last night what sex pants are, to me at least. And these genuinely have been my sex pants. So literally tonight, if I don't know, if if the waitress with the arse were to suddenly ring me up and say, hello, I don't know if you remember me, but I'm the waitress with the arse. Anyway, it turns out that by some unbelievable circumstances of fate, I'm not in Malta at the moment. I am in Wadshelf, Derbyshire, and I've got nowhere to stay tonight. Would you be willing to allow me to stay with you? And in return, I will let you have a go on me. Then, were that to happen, then I would immediately close down this live stream, go and have my shower a little earlier than normal, and I would put these on because these are still my sex pants. They're not replaced until the new ones arrive tomorrow. And they genuinely have been my sex pants. I don't know exactly how long. I've been divorced for whatever it is, 10 years now, 10 and a half years, something like that. No, it was Christmas, wasn't it? So 10 or 11 years, can't remember which. 10 years, I think it was 10. But I had these before the divorce. That could be a 15-year tenure set of sex pants. These could be world record holders, right? I might need to do some research on this, but you could be looking at some world record holders. Do you or anybody that you know of have a pair of genuine sex pants that have been your genuine sex pants for more than 15 years? I bet there's not going to be many out there. Oh, I'm feeling quite emotional about these now. Oh, the adventures that we've been on. They've been to Las Vegas twice. They've been to Malta millions of times. They've been all around Ireland, all around Wales. I wore those on my honeymoon. Those are my honeymoon pants. That is history. That is history right there. They should be in a museum or something. Honestly, those could be the most important underpants, literally, in the world. They deserve to be preserved. That's what I might do. I might have them framed. I'll watch them again just to be sure. And then I might have them framed with the dates of their call of duty, as it were, their action. I won't put any names down there. That would be wrong. That would be very wrong. But I would give the names privately to anybody who bought them. And I might put them in the merchandise store. They could be my Project Nigel. Mustard wants £84,000 for his for Nigel, his Rover 25. I could frame these, do a nice job of it, or pay somebody else to do a nice job of it, and I could put them in the merch store for, well, let's make them a bargain, shall we? £4,999.99, because that would be enough money for me to do my bucket list, my bucket list thing, and do the San Sebastian road trip one last time, take Mum with me and not bring her back, leave her scattered where we had so many happy memories together. and that could be the last service that my sex pants did me. So there you go. And if anybody wants to buy them before I go to the effort of having them framed, total bargain, £4,500. I'll just pop them in a jiffy bag and send them off to you. My PayPal address is jsph@btopenworld.com. £4,500, and they are yours. Oh dear. How much, Boaty, for sending the pants to Emma? I heard she could do with the extra layers. Oh, Simone joined us, hooked on classics, of course. Barry went on a school trip to Eam in the hot summer of '95. It was nice. Eam, literally just up the road from me. I've got friends in Eam. Peter, if those pants had a Hubnut logo, you'll get 25 quid for them in a merchandise store. Who started them on bloody cycling? So I forgot that you can't bear that, cheeseburger. I didn't go on for too long, did I? That was an interesting insight into Newport, Boaty. Thank you. You're welcome. Buddy and Ann says, so spill the beans, Boaty. Who won the arm wrestling contest in the restaurant yesterday? Your face was getting a bit red in the end. Nothing like his was. He was grunting and gasping, and it was probably a draw, to be fair. It was probably a draw. But then, you know, he's 35 years younger than me, so honestly, he was that in genuinely. I might have been getting a little bit red in the face because we were genuinely going at it full blooded, but I was laughing about it, and he suddenly got really serious about it. Oh, I've got you now. And then he started grunting, and his face was going all over the place, and I could see his veins starting to pop out. And I thought this was only supposed to be a bit of fun, so I just kind of shook it off, and we shook hands. And then we did a left-handed one that I didn't film. Yes, I've answered that. Boaty surely won all that practice in the caravan. Oh dear. Miss Diane says, Skik, Boaty would make a good Benny. Benny was a friend of mine, or he was a friend of a friend. Okay, Benny from Crossroads, the actor Paul Henry. I didn't know him. I came to know him, but he was a good friend of the goat. I still haven't done the video about Portway, have I? The car years, the showroom years. I could do 50 videos on the showroom years and not tell you all of the stories. You must know about the goat. I'm sure I've mentioned the goat. But the goat was very good friends with Benny, Paul Henry. And Paul had a pub in town. He had a pub in Birmingham. I think it was called The Actress and the Bishop, oddly enough. And Goat kind of introduced me, and I did. Paul had not long taken the pub on, and you might not believe this if you didn't know him and used to watch Crossroads, but Paul Henry, the actor, has got a really, really good singing voice. And I mean really good, genuinely good. Trust me, I know about these things. And he put on an open mic night, and you know, a regular open mic night. If you don't know what an open mic is, it's kind of a bit like karaoke, but for more serious singers. So you've got a live band. There's no television showing you the lyrics or anything else. You need to be able to sing. You need to be able to control a band. You need to know the lyrics, obviously. And he was starting this thing, and obviously all of his mates wanted to support him. So he did an opening night for it, and all of his pals rocked up free of charge, didn't charge him or anything, to support him because he was Paul. Paul is or was a lovely guy, an absolutely lovely guy. So all of his mates wanted to support him. So that evening was compared by a guy, I can't remember what his name was. He was on the circuit, he was on the cabaret circuit, and he was a standard old school cabaret guy. He was a comedian, he could sing a bit. He also had, I think his name was Dave something or other. He had a car pitch in King's Heath. So he compared, he hosted, and then a few of Paul's mates turned up and did a musical spot. There was a house band there, and a few of his vocalist mates turned up. Now, as I say, Goat couldn't sing, so I was like Goat's proxy. So Goat asked me to go along for this opening night and be an act for Paul, and I did it. I very gladly did it, and it was a great night. Didn't get paid, didn't expect to. Drinks were on the house, obviously. The house band were really cool. I was only supposed to be doing. I think I was only supposed to be doing 3 numbers, something like that. But it was just a really, really cool night. A really cool night, and so we ended up. It just ended up into a bit of a jamming session, and we all did more than we were supposed to, and we all stayed there until, oh God, very late at night or very early in the morning, and it was a cracking night. And it's only now just occurring to me that I never ever went back. I never went back, so I hope it was successful. God knows if he's still alive now. I never saw him again. I met him twice or 3 times, and the last time I met him was that opening night for the open mic feature at his pub. I met him twice before when I was with Goat in town, but there you go. As I say, no idea if he's still with us or not, or how long he had the pub. Might have died on his arse, and he might have closed it 4 weeks later and lost all of his dough. Honestly, I haven't got a clue. White bread is good for toast, says Jimmy W. Yeah, I'm not doing white bread anymore. I've got 2 slices left in the freezer, and then that'll be it. Is anyone doing dry January? Not me. And if you're in the Facebook group, you will have seen the reasons why. Psoriasis. I bet he enjoyed the singing detective. He needs a nurse to apply the cream. Oh, and speak of Alan Simpson, and he shall appear. Greetings, Honourable Alan. God, look at the time, darlings. Time has run away with us. There's been so many individual conversations going on here, which is wonderful. I love it when that happens. I'm just an annoying noise in the background while you guys get on with the important thing. I still don't know who Sheba is. Oh, thank you, Poppy. Right, I'm going to whisk through these because I'm going to New Zealand and I'm too tight to pay for a hotel. That was the point, Cheesy. That was a takeoff of Hubby. That's what we called him, isn't it? Oh dear. Galloping Knobrot is giving us culinary tips. Galloping Knobrot. Salad cream has to be Heinz, says Skik. Normally, I would agree with you, but when I had the craving for my ham and salad cream sandwich, genuinely, I'm not joking. I genuinely didn't have the money for Heinz. The Heinz was over £2. I can't remember exactly, and that was less than £1. And it was just a particular day when I was genuinely so skint that I didn't have an extra pound. Hopefully, those days will soon be behind me, especially as I am kind of half planning a rather epic summer solstice road trip to the Isle of Mull. Yes, and in a glass bottle. I agree. Salad cream should be Heinz. It should be in a glass bottle. I completely agree. The last ones that I had, however long ago it was, they were Heinz. They were in the glass bottle. I don't disagree with you at all. I just couldn't afford it. If I bought salad cream again, it would definitely be Heinz, and it would be in the glass bottle. Same as Coke, says Skik. Yeah, I agree. That should be in a glass bottle as well. Salad cream, that shit is gross, says Barry. Please no salad cream. Ooh, says Diane. Oh dear. Emma bought some Heinz seriously good light mayonnaise, and she's hoping that it really is seriously good. Oh, and Cheeseburger's got a birthday on Saturday. That's another party to look forward to. Stop fondling those knickers, Boaty. I hope your sex pants have a clean gusset for Carol Ann, says Buddy and on. Well, quite honestly, darlings, I would imagine that, not through my choice, but I would imagine that the closest Carol Ann will ever get to my sex knickers is seeing them last night on the live stream. But these are freshly laundered, although I have been waving them around a bit. But they're replacements, which will come through the post from Amazon tomorrow. Well, they will be freshly laundered too, because whenever I buy new pants, I wash them before I wear them. I don't know if you do that. I don't know if everybody does that, but I do, and there's a good reason. I studied law. I was a law student. I did 4 years of studying law, and my favorite law was tort law. That was my favorite area. And if you study tort law, then the cases will go in one ear and they will stick in your brain forever and ever and ever. I've talked about this before. And one of the cases of that I assume everybody learned, I did, so I assume that everybody else did, was about underwear. And somebody sued the retailer because they got a horrible rash or whatever it was from their brand new underwear, but they hadn't washed it. And so the legal question was it an expectation of the reasonable man? That's what a lot of tort law comes down to. It's called the reasonable man test. Would the reasonable man be expected to do this? And the pivotal question in this case was, would the reasonable man be expected to wash his underwear before he actually wore it? Or would the expectation be that you would buy your underwear from the shop and it would be immediately safely wearable? And the result was that the reasonable man would wash his underwear before he wore it. And up until that point, I never had. I don't know if my mother did. But since then, I've always washed underwear before I wore it. The old sex pants could be used as a flag outside Windy Bottom, as a navigational tool for the community and potential lady pottering partners for Boaty. Ships ahoy! Cheeseburger, that was Diane. Cheeseburger says, if you see Boaty approaching you with his Dennis the Menace pants, then run. Skik's birthday is also on Saturday, and he wants to go to Krakow and maybe visit Auschwitz if he's in the right frame of mind. Raise the plants on the flagpole just got a new meaning, says Poppy. Oh, dear, dear, dear. Richard says, nothing tops the dream of Mr. Lloyd in the bath and turning around and greeting Boaty with a hello, said that was one of the best ever. That was one of the best ever. I love Simone's bits are the best bits on these live streams now. Boaty's sex pants appearing in the dark would be enough to scare anyone. Somebody has just done a thing, and it's Pocahontas. Pocahontas has gifted a membership. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to whiz through the comments because it's kind of time to say goodbye. And I will get to who got the gifted membership. Derek and Clive was the best. It was brilliant and very blue. I completely agree. I adored Derek and Clive. I can quote pretty much everything from ad nauseum. Emma says, Boaty, you say Chinese... hang on. No. No. Chinese madam didn't care about the sex pants. It wouldn't have made any difference what I was wearing. They wouldn't be on there for very long. No, sex pants are about when you're working up to something. It was never that situation with Chinese madam. I probably wore them the first time. And then it was just, well, then I was just trying to escape her evil clutches. God above, what a year that was. Seriously, what a year. I mean, I make a joke of it, but it's all absolutely true. It was horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. Every bloke thinks they want an nymphomaniac until they actually meet one. I'm not now. Chinese madam wasn't a nymphomaniac. I must make that clear. She was just a woman who was in her absolute prime, had never had a situation where that kind of thing was available, and quite rightly, she just wanted to fill her boots. And very sensibly, after me, she went to a much younger man, somebody about her age or younger, who would be able to fulfill that. I was a 49 or 50-year-old man, and I was not the right person to fulfill that role. You know, I can still put up a good show. Well, I could the last time I tried. You know, I could still put up a good show, you know, once or twice a year, month, week. But 4 times a day? No, no. Even if I could, I wouldn't want to. Oh, bless her. Bless her. I hope she's doing well. She was lovely. You know, aside from the having, oh God, and the basking. Don't remind me of the basking. Oh God, I never want anything that I own to have to bask again. Oh, it was terrible. Maybe the sex pants could go into the Victoria and Albert Museum, a legacy for all time. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, Mustard appeared. Oh, darling Mustard. They've been to Malta. I bet Mary loved them. Yeah, well, Mary did see them. Everybody, yeah, yes. Well, let's exactly, matron. You understand. You understand. You basically wear your nice or lucky underwear if you think you might get lucky, or if you hope you will. Oh dear. I think Commando is the way forward for all men, says Poppy. Oh God, no. No. 5K bucket list? How many hookers is that? Right, I'm whizzing through these now. Hello, Josh. Simone's clambered into bed. Start saying your good night, everybody. Who got the gifted membership? That's what I want to know. Oh, Prisoner Cell Block H. Oh, God, I love that. Oh, I've got too far behind. We're just going to have to. Right, no. Oh, Isle of Mull, says Matron. I want to come with. Pretty please. We can make it into a community thing. We can make it into a community thing. I have genuinely been casually planning it. I've looked into the journey. I've kind of planned the journey. I've looked into the ferries. I've looked into the cottages. And I've kind of got it figured out in my mind. It's going to be a bit of a. I was thinking about doing it around the summer solstice. I've not looked at the calendar, but somewhere around the longest day of the year, and it's not going to be a long trip. But I figured out that I reckon I can drive the Isle of Mull from here in the right car, or in one of the right cars. I reckon I could monster it in well under 8 hours, closer to 7. And that's including the ferry from the mainland to get to the Isle of Mull. I figured out the quickest would be there are 3 ferries to Mull. They differ in times. The quickest one is only 15 minutes. And that's going to be the quickest option. So I reckon that if I were to leave here, or we, if there were more than one of us, were to leave Windy Bum literally at first light around the summer solstice, then don't get me wrong, it would be a good drive, but I drive. That's what I do. That's what I've always done. An 8-hour drive is, I wouldn't even notice it. I wouldn't turn a hair. So I reckon that if we were to leave here at first light, literally as the sun came up, we would be in the Isle of Mull in time for a relatively early lunch. And then I'm thinking that probably, during June, somewhere around the 21st, the summer solstice, I'm figuring that the Airbnb is going to be established. The hotel probably won't have been launched. So I can squeeze a few days off. Not many, but I'll be able to squeeze a few. And I should have, by that time, I should have a few bob to do this with. So I'm thinking Monday morning, literally when the sun comes up, whatever time that is, 4 o'clock, whatever it is, set off. Get to the Isle of Mull for lunchtime. Then you've got, and bear in mind, these are going to be the longest days of the year. Then you've got the rest of Monday night in a holiday cottage, all of Tuesday night in a holiday cottage, and then Wednesday morning, early start, back here to Windy Bum, go to work. It's going to be a whistle-stop thing, but you'd have 2 nights in an amazing cottage, a full day, plus an afternoon and evening, plus a morning on Mull, and the most amazing road trip. And I would only have had 1 night off work, just the Tuesday night, because I'd be off on the Monday anyway, and I'd be back for the Airbnb and for the restaurant and everything. So that's what I'm planning, a real whistle-stop thing. But you know, what a celebration of the summer solstice that would be. An incredible road trip. And yeah, it's going to be a little rushed, of course it is. But think about it, get there at lunchtime, and then you've got that whole afternoon, the whole evening. It won't be getting dark until 10:30, 11 o'clock, something like that. You've got the whole of the next day. So you could do some island hopping, whatever you wanted to do. And then you'd have a bit of the Wednesday morning before you set off back. Or I could stretch it, turn it into 3 nights and come back on the Thursday. So that you had 2 full days there. I'm never going to be able to do a week. That's just not going to happen. Not if the Airbnb is going. But yeah, I would kind of love to do that. So yeah, actually, yeah, do the Wednesday night as well. Tuesday and Wednesday, they're quiet nights. Won't be a problem for me to be away for them. So yeah, go first thing on the Monday morning, get back for Thursday afternoon. 3 nights there in the holiday cottage, and I've checked them out. There are some beautiful holiday cottages on Mull. 2 full days to do your exploring, to this, that, and the other, if you're lucky. And 2 amazing road trips there and back. And bear in mind that for me, not for everybody, but for me, the road trips are part of the pleasure, especially if I'm driving. So, and it'd be nice to do it in, a kind of special card as well, and do it around the summer solstice to celebrate the solstice, but also so that you're making the most of the light. And you're quite, relative to here, you're quite far north there, so you're going to get even more daylight. So that is a genuine plan that I genuinely sketched out over the space of today. I've done some research. I've done the route. I've had a look at the cottages and whatnot that are available. I've been onto the ferry company websites. So yeah, that is a thing that I am looking at. If anybody would like to do it with me, then shout out. Where's Sean tonight, says Buddy? Did he get drunk on the mint sauce? Hopefully he's getting back to some kind of sensible sleep pattern. Right, I need to whiz through these, don't I? The road journey to Mull is wonderful, says Matron. Not been to Mull, but have been to Kintyre. Now the gifted membership went to Woodstock. Thank you, Pocahontas. Thank you very much. And Woodstock, welcome to channel membership. I was secretly hoping that Buddy and On would get it. I would love Buddy and On to get a membership. Well, there we are. Oh, and Pocahontas says hello to you. I'm not sure, Skick. I haven't checked. Something like that. Oh, Suzanne Mulholland. There's a name I don't recognise. And yes, that was Mr. and Mrs. that you're talking about. Would your husband A, shit himself, or B, shoot himself? Oh, I'd have to say I'd have to say he'd shit himself. Bang! No, I'm sorry, love. He shot himself. But he has shit himself. Yeah, but he shot himself after he shot himself. No, he definitely shit himself. I love Derek and Clive. Oh dear. Whizzing through. Everybody's saying they've got to go to bed. They've got to go to bed. We've all got to go to bed. What time? Oh God, it's 25 past. Oh dear. Yes, Matron, you raise a good point. The midges, and yeah, I mentioned this to a friend earlier on today, and they said the midges will be hell in June. But you can mitigate that. There won't be a problem. They won't be a problem when you're in the car, obviously. And yeah, you can wear the hat. You can wear the hat with a net. And there are a couple of skin creams that you can put on that do actually do a pretty good job of repelling them. Why do we have a coach trip up to Mull? Seriously, if enough people were interested, then I could hire a minibus and drive that. I totally want this to happen, says Matron. I vaguely know places to stay on the way up and back and in the area. There'd be no staying up and back, straight up, straight back. It's a simple drive, 8 hours maximum. I would do it in less than 8. Maybe not if I was driving a minibus. But yeah, and we would do Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, so 3 nights back on Thursday. That would be the way to do it. But no stopping on the way there or on the way back. We can talk about this right. If any of you are serious about this, then let's talk about it in the Facebook group. We can talk about it in future live streams. I seriously want to do it. It's one of those things. I had the idea today. I thought, bang, yeah, something to look forward to, something to plan for. Looked into it straight away. It's doable. So yeah, if anybody's serious, then we can talk about it. Right, that's it. We've reached the end of the comments. It is, well, we might as well keep going till past now, hadn't we? So you've got 2 minutes to say your good nights, darlings. In the meantime, happy birthday again to Jimmy. Cheers, your very good health, many happy returns. And yeah, that is going to be about it. But I will be back tomorrow. It's going to be a little bit later tomorrow. I've lost track of the days. We will get back to normal now. So, of course, it's Friday tomorrow, isn't it? So that's going to be an 11:30 start. Do join the Facebook group if you haven't already. Do please get involved in Dish of the Day, either putting up your own dishes or at the very least voting on the other people. Keep the stream open so we can keep the comments going. I can't because it would have to stay open all night because I'm grabbing a shower, grabbing something to eat and going to bed. I'll open the stream early tomorrow so that you guys can chat in advance. And we'll do plenty of lives over the weekend. I'm planning to do a Sunday lunch live, and there'll be all of the evening lives as normal. Trying to think of an easy way to keep it going. No, I can't, because it would have to run all. It'd have to run all night. I am knackered. So no, I'll close it down. But or could I put you in the? No. I'll start tomorrow good and early. We can catch up tomorrow. And remember, there's the use the Facebook group, guys. It's so convenient. It's so nice and easy to use, and we can put pictures in there and videos and discuss all sorts of things. So when the live streams aren't open, do consider the Facebook group. Right, on that note, oh God, I am knackered. I'm going to bugger off. Thank you so much for your company tonight. I really, really appreciate it. I've enjoyed tonight very much indeed. And yeah, here we are, launching into 2025. Point the camera at your fish tank and sleep in the guest cupboard. I'm seriously buggered. For whatever reason, I slept fine last night, but for whatever reason, I woke up early and I couldn't get back off. For love nor money, I couldn't get back off. So bearing in mind that I was knackered anyway, I'm even more knackered now. Seriously, I woke up at 7 o'clock and that was that. I tried to get back to sleep. I couldn't even doze. In the end, I just had to get up and do things. So I really am knackered now. But right, have a safe and peaceful night, darlings. Have a great day tomorrow, or at least a decent day. I hope there's some joy that you can take from it. And take care of yourselves. Take care of those that you love and who love you. The candle will be relit. I'm just trying to make it last a bit longer by letting some of the molten wax drown out a bit and not. Whiz it all around there. There we go. There we go. Oh, shit. Now it's gone all over my hand. That'll teach me. Right, darlings, the candle will be relit at 11:30 tomorrow night. I would love for you to join me if you possibly can. In the meantime, much love from me. Thank you again, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Good night, darlings. Oh, and on that note, of course, Pachoo! And indeed, I love Mo. Bosh.